I love Audible. I'm a huge reader, but I always want to read while I'm doing things you're not supposed to be reading while you're doing them, like driving, like walking. It can be dangerous, you know? So
Yeah.
I really love to use Audible.
Yeah, Audible is great. I have been really interested in this book Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin. That's probably going to be my next Audible experience.
Audible lets you enjoy all your audio entertainment in one app. You'll always find the best of what you love and something new to discover.
Try Audible free for 30 days. Visit audible.com/crappins or text crappins to 500-500. That's audible.com/crappins or text crappins to 500-500.
Welcome to a two-part Real Housewives of New York episode. Listen, we could not stop talking, you guys. We hadn't seen each other for a long time. When we hit 2 hours, we split them up. Okay? That's just how we're rolling these days. So this is a two-parter. It's a long one. It's a fun one. We hope you enjoy it. Come back. We'll put part 2 up right away, too, so you don't have to wait around for it. And just to note, this week we are skipping Below Deck Down Under because we had a day off. But Salt Lake City is coming back. And Below Deck Down Under is going to be back next week, so don't worry about it. We love you guys. Thank you so much for being here.
When there's so much that happens, watch what happens. Who cares what happens when there's so much that happens?
Well, hello and welcome to Watch What Crappens, a podcast for all that crap we love to talk about on you bravs. I'm Ronnie. That's Ben over there. Hi, Ben.
Hi, Ronnie. How's it going?
You know, so great, Ben. We had a day off for Labor Day. Okay, took some Labor Day off. And of course, that doesn't really mean a day off because there's still just as many shows on Bravo that we're going to cover. So I don't know why we do that, really. Why do we do that? Did you do anything special for Labor Day? Guess what I did? I laid down. I can do that literally any day. What did you do?
I also laid down. I was actually very grateful that we were not podcasting yesterday because I went to New Jersey for the Not Beyonce bar mitzvah, which was wonderful. I got to see all my family, cousins, uncles, aunts. It was really so lovely. I haven't been to a bar mitzvah in ages. By the way, bar mitzvahs are crazy now. Crazy. But congratulations to...
Have they not always been crazy?
Yeah, but now they're like next level crazy. But congratulations to cousin Melissa's son, Jack. And I came back with a parting gift of COVID. So I spent my Labor Day. I had at one point ambitious plans of coming back to LA and buying a solo ticket to the Beyonce show last night. But instead I spent my day just lying in bed and wallowing. It's my standard thing, but you know the good news is that like it's so much better. It's moving on. It's moving onwards and upwards.
Well, listen,
so I was
some wallowing
that
time in bed is pretty good. I love some wallowing time in bed. It's one of my hobbies. You know, just all you need are some peanut M&Ms. It's like heaven. Wallow, little depression. Yeah. Think of everything anybody's ever done to piss me off or hurt my feelings. Just wallow, just roll around. And I like when you wake up and you've got like an M&M stuck to your back, and then you have like little spots of color everywhere that the M&M kind of melted on you through the night. God, I love an M&M wallow.
Yeah, it was sort of like that. And my air conditioning went out, which is like, it feels like my air conditioning only goes out when I am like really sick. I don't know what it is.
Can I say, I'm not trying to like criticize your house because I've been to your house and it's a stunner. Like, I think when I walked in, I started singing, I think I'm gonna like it, which is what Annie sang when she saw her mansion. I mean, it is a gorgeous home. Your house is pissing me off at this point. I mean, how many times has your air conditioner broken or your electricity gone out? Can we fix this? It's 2023. What the fuck, bro?
The air conditioning is I don't know what's going on with it. And it only goes out when I'm in peak wallow mode. It's like, you know what? We want Ben to wallow more. But you know what, though? I got a fan. I put it on my face. and I'm here fresh as a COVID daisy, ready to podcast.
I love a COVID daisy. Well,
Yeah,
congratulations. Welcome back. I did go to Beyonce. First of all,
yeah.
fuck off, lady, for trying to make me buy something silver. Okay. I already paid a house mortgage to come see your stupid show and sit in the ass crack section where basically, I mean, I was like, did Rick Moranis produce this show? Because everyone is as big as my pinky. I couldn't see anything. Thank God they have some big screen TV so I could tell Beyonce was even damn there because you would
Yeah.
never know it. It was kind of amazing though. But she sent out mute notifications. We have to be mute at certain times, and we had to wear silver. And then guess what? You show up and she's selling silver things to wear. Well, what a fucking! Are you not making enough money? I sold Bueller to come see your show, Beyonce.
What was the
Okay.
deal with the mute? I heard people like someone wore like a jacket that says when Beyonce says mute, you mute. What was that all about? The mute thing.
She says mute and you mute. I mean, what the fuck kind of power trip is that? It was only during one song, though. I thought we had to be quiet the whole time, which I went with my friend Trisha. So, that's not going to happen. I mean, this is how she walked into the theater. Titties! Titties! So that was, I was like, this isn't going to work. But our friend Jesse told us when to mute. And we did
Yeah.
it.
Good.
And no one yelled at me for not having silver because, girl, I'm sorry, I don't have time to get Amazon. I was gone the whole week. Can I just say the people at the beyond Beyonce being an amazing talent and making me feel extremely lazy because she did not stop singing or dancing for 2 hours and 45 minutes, except for the times she took 10 minutes to go change her damn clothes. I was like, okay, how long does it take to put on another jumpsuit? But not jumpsuit, bodysuit. But that said, what an amazing show. But can I just say the audience there was so kind. Everybody there was like, hey, girl, you look so beautiful. Oh, my God, you're
Yeah.
so beautiful. Hey, guess what? I love your outfit on the outside, but I also love what you're wearing on the inside. Oh, my God, your soul's glowing, girl. I'm like, oh, my God, yours too. Everyone there was such a warm, sweaty hug to each other.
That's so lovely. I of course saw lots of stuff on Instagram. It was really funny watching all these people that they all decided to like wear these like pseudo avant-garde outfits that were, various degrees of success to this. It was just kind of funny that like all these people suddenly were like, I'm gonna dress like I'm in a Beyonce video. And it also was funny while this was happening, there's this crazy thing happening with Burning Man where a lot of people are stuck up there because it rained.
Bronwyn's
And I
mom
was
is
thinking,
stuck up there. Dr. Deb.
who is?
Bronwyn's
Oh yeah,
mom,
Dr. Deb is stuck.
stuck in the desert. LOL,
And I was thinking,
stupid.
there's actually kind of a fine line between like it's like we have these two massive events where people are dressing up in these crazy outfits. And I was like, there's got to be something about that. The Beyonce Renaissance shows in LA and also the Burning Man, like everyone's just like, well, tomorrow I go back to my corporate job, but today I'm going to wear something silver that is like the shape of a trapezoid and like covers my my chest, and then there's going to be like a strange eye makeup situation. Am I going to Burning Man? Am I going to Beyonce? You decide.
There was like a weird cross intersection. And guess what? I have to say, or cross section. But guess what? Beyonce won. You losers at Burning Man suck. And we people at Beyonce won. I think
Beyonce people could go
more
home
glitter.
afterwards.
Yeah,
Yeah.
more glitter. Also, SoFi's well built. Like if it rained or whatever, you can still get right in and out of there. It doesn't matter that there's 70,000 other people there. You can walk right in and right. I was amazed. It was very good community planning. I will make one request. And by the way, we'll shut up and we will talk about more of this stuff on our bonus episode this week because we haven't had a talkie bonus for a while. But one thing I will ask, just from my friends or you guys, if you have friends on Instagram or whatever that you could spread this around to, I would really appreciate it. Sometimes I've learned this week that community really changes each other. And if we tell each other, if we're honest with each other and we're kind to each other, that stuff spreads. So I would just like to spread this around to everybody that we know, really. Could you please stop taking videos of yourself crying about things and posting them on Instagram like that makes you better than it? I swear, I've seen 10 people posting themselves crying at Taylor Swift. Stop it, okay? It's disgusting. It's pathetic. Okay. And all I do is make fun of you and call you really bad words. Stop doing. Show me Taylor if you're going to show me anything. Don't show me yourself crying. You're like, look at me. I have feelings. I don't need to see it. You're 45. You should know better.
Honestly, don't show me Taylor because, and in fact, don't really show me really any concert Instagrams because it never translates. It never ever translates. It's like I am looking at a blown out, like the lighting's all messed up and I see a little dot moving around. Actually, these days, now that there are these big LED screens, you can sort of see something, but honestly, take a picture, put it on Instagram, but don't, if I go onto your story and there's like 45 little dots indicating all, like you're trying to capture the entire Beyonce or Taylor Swift concert, I don't need it.
I don't need that either, but really, honestly, like people are so full of themselves. Taking video of yourself sobbing at a Taylor Swift song, seriously, fuck off. And granted, I'm moving that to Taylor Swift because I didn't see it with Beyonce. So I guess I should concentrate on how proud I am of people for not doing it at Beyonce, but I saw y'all doing that at Taylor, and I was ashamed to even know you. I almost unfollowed you all, except then I remembered I don't really have that many friends, so I'm just going to say it here and not name anybody by name. Okay.
The most important question is, when you went to this Beyonce concert, did you fly in a day earlier in business, or did you go coach with all your friends?
I took a bus from Palm Springs. I took the $20 Flix bus. So I was mad at Jenna, too. I was like, fuck Jenna, tell ya. Ben is trying to let me know and let all of you know that we're actually here to recap Real Housewives of New York and not our own lives. But I've not seen Ben. I haven't talked to Ben in like a long
5 days.
Now,
so much has happened.
Not used to it. Yeah.
So much has happened. There's been Beyonce. There's been COVID. I mean, it's just like New Jersey. There's been New Jersey.
Bar mitzvahs. There's been so much happening. But we are here, as a matter of fact, to discuss Real Housewives of New York. Thank you for being here. Tonight is Crappy Hour. That is an hour of us talking to you guys over on Instagram Live. We're doing it a little different tonight because we're going to try and get a professional recording. We're going to talk about gossip, read your all's comments from the Instagram Live. And then in the last 15 minutes or so, we're just going to have a link for you guys, if you do want to come on camera, to click on that link, come talk to us on camera, and we're going to talk to as many people as we can within the last 15 to 20 minutes of the show. We're trying something new every week, every other week with that, but it's normally every other Monday. We're doing it Tuesday because obviously Labor Day, so happy Labor to whoever went into it yesterday. And we will be doing that tonight, 5:30 Pacific time. Also, our bonus episodes have been super fun. Southern Charm trailer, Real Housewives of Something Else trailer. This week is a talkie bonus. Also, Salt Lake City comes back this week. It's fucking amazing. It's one of the best episodes we've seen of a Housewives in a long time. That's back. All our videos are here. Crappens on Demand, Patreon. Go do it. Sign up for it. You're going to love it. Thank you to everyone on YouTube for watching us over there. That's where you can watch our videos a week later. Okay, let's move on to this recap. You know what? I'm not thanking Beyonce for shit because I paid her. You know what I mean? Like, I really felt like I deserved a name shout out or something. I mean, girl, it was $250. My nose almost bled, and I don't even do coke anymore. Okay, Ben, go ahead. What were you going to say?
Well, I just wanted to say one of the upsides of getting COVID is that it means that I'm going to have good Carl voice, and I have a feeling we'll be talking about Carl and Lindsay tonight on Crappy Hour, so we're really looking forward to it, y'all.
Tonight is totally Carl and Lindsay. Well, sorry to interrupt you during what seems to be the season finale. I can't believe I'm doing this on the season finale, but I'm not going to marry you. Oh!
Can't believe that since we're only featured this season, I'm going to do something that's going to hijack the entire season. Whoa.
Crazy. Doesn't seem faked at all, guys. But yeah, if you want to see a couple of raisins dump each other, we're going to reenact that all night tonight. So let's go to Real Housewives. That's so rude to call them raisins. They're like 20 years
rude,
younger
but funny,
me, by the way.
But also funny. So Real Housewives of New York. We are going to recap this. By the way, in case you didn't hear, it's the holidays. It's been the holidays on Real Housewives of New York for like 5 weeks, and it is still the holidays. And now it is Thursday, December 22nd, and Sai is in a showroom, which means it's her walking around, trying on outfits. Uba's there. Uba joins up.
That she's not going to pay for. Also, this is an influencer in a store, which she is not going to pay for anything because that's what influencers do. They go to places with their fucking hands out, okay? Do not high five them. They don't find that amusing. I've done that before, okay? You put something in their hand, okay?
Yeah. So she's looking for resort wear. So Uba joins up. This is like the first time we've seen Uba in like 3 months. And she's like, oh, you are like sugar daddy all the way.
By the way, sick of your sugar daddy joke. You're both stupid, okay? Their running joke is that Sai's really short, but she gets to hang out with a supermodel, so she must be like a rich sugar daddy, because that's the only way short people ever get to be with supermodels. Yes, that's been a running joke, Ben. I know you've been really into this show, so you haven't gotten that yet. Ben loves this show, guys. But it's a running show. They do a joke about it every episode. I'm sick of it. It's not funny. And neither are you, Sai. You know, Sai, you're really fucking rude, and I'm sick of you. I'm sick of your fucking attitude on this show, being an asshole to everybody while you're showing up to this show for freebies. Okay?
I'm not really sure. I still don't really know how Sai got cast on the show. I'm just going to say it right now. I don't understand.
She's real New York, Ben. Okay?
She's real New York.
She's from Brooklyn, and people look in her windows. Okay? That's it.
So she said, it's that time of year when New Yorkers get antsy and we need some sun. I'm like, I think that's every day in New York. And last week, Sai, so we see a flashback. Sai has pitched an idea that, like, hey, let's all go to Anguilla. And so they're going to go to Anguilla. And now Sai and Uba are shopping for outfits for said Anguilla trip. So Sai tells us, shopping with a model is very special. I'm probably about like 10 inches smaller than her, and like her body's amazing, but she makes like every single thing look good. And then, yeah, so that was my observation. I'm like, wow, I got to the end of that quote and I realized, wow, that's really all she had to say was that when a model wears clothes, she makes it look good. Who would have thought? Wow, Sai, thanks for the insight.
You know, we see her talking to Bryn on the phone, like, oh my God, you want to go to Anguilla? And then Bryn's like, actually, I do love Anguilla. Anguilla's fine. Yeah, I do. Oh yeah, Bryn, you're so fucking picky. Okay, can we read LinkedIn? I don't know why I'm so furious at everybody today, but this episode really infuriated me with everybody. Did it not with you?
Yeah, I actually like this episode because it's the first time I actually felt any sort of emotion watching the show. I was like, oh, I'm angry. I'm like angry. I'm taking a side on something. I was like, oh my God, I haven't taken a side all season because I haven't cared enough. I'm so happy.
I was literally furious. I'm trying to find, this post was deleted by the person who posted it. Thanks a lot, dicks. Okay, I'm on Reddit trying to read this LinkedIn profile from Bryn Whitfield because it's hilarious. Hold on, let me see. If it's not at this link, I'll give it up. Okay, I guess she deleted it because everybody was ragging so hard on it on Reddit. But it's basically like, Bryn Whitfield, I have been a part of a campaign that brought Dove extras to the masses and was one of Dove's biggest campaigns. Also, I was part of a team of a campaign in the history of the dawn. I was like, who wrote this for you? What is this? I don't believe she even has ever had a job at this point. Well, but she took it off.
There's still no indication based on what we watch on the TV show that she has a job, which is fine. You cannot have a job. But I just want to know what she does when she's not filming. That's what I'm so confused about. Where does she get the money, too?
I think that guy who looks like he's from Notting Hill. Okay, marketing communications consultant, September 22nd to present, 1 year and 1 month. Marketing communications. What does that mean?
That's so vague.
Now, granted, I'm a person without a real job, but at least I could say talking shit. Like, that's my job, and it's verifiable, you know? Advisory board member of Sacred Yoga. The fuck is that? Okay, advisory board member of Tongue Try. That's all one word.
Tongue
and
Try.
PR lead of Assembly. I don't know what any of this is, but yeah, you're going to be okay with Anguilla, okay? You're gonna go where they tell you to go. Fucking board member of Tongue Try.
I really love this. You're the only one who came out of Beyonce like angrier. I thought I was gonna be the one that was gonna be. I'm the one. I was like, I'm under the weather. I was like, you know what? I'm under the weather. I don't give a fuck. I'm just gonna say what's on my mind today. But I was like, oh damn. I was like, I don't know. Ronnie is on one today, and I love it. This is how
I'm happy. You know why? Because everybody at Beyonce was so nice to each other. Okay, is there somebody dancing right in front of your face? It's okay. Do you know what happens? They literally turn around and go, "Oh my God, am I dancing in your face?" And then they move. I mean, like, people are so nice. And then people on this show are so shitty. It was the juxtaposition of coming out of like a place where everyone's so nice to coming to this show where everyone's such a fucking asshole for no reason that I was like, fuck this show now. Like, hey, show, I've been on your side, okay, for this whole time. And this is the one that finally pissed me off. So congratulations.
And this is the one and this is the episode I enjoyed the most of the season so far. So, but that being said, I mean, it's still got a ways to go.
It's time for a commercial. It's time for a Crappens commercial.
Support for today's episode comes from Honey Love. The reviews are in. Honey Love comes out on top for best wedding day shapewear.
With wedding season upon us, this is the ad you've been waiting for, okay? Whether you are a bride, a guest, or looking for an everyday fit, Honey Love is your go-to for all things shapewear.
Honey Love has revolutionized compression technology so you no longer have to feel like you're suffocating while wearing effective shapewear.
You'll immediately feel and see the difference.
We have an exclusive offer for our listeners. Get 20% off your entire order with our exclusive link, honeylove.com/crappens.
Support our show and check them out at honeylove.com/crappens.
My sister loves Honey Love. She has not stopped talking about it. She's like, I have never felt this comfortable in shapewear.
Treat yourself to the best shapewear on the market and save 20% off at honeylove.com/crappens. Use our exclusive link to get 20% off. honeylove.com/crappens.
I want you to picture Steve Jobs tinkering with a computer in his garage, Walt Disney drawing cartoons for his high school newspaper. Every big moment starts with a big dream, but what happens when that dream turns out to be an even bigger failure? Each week on Wondery's new podcast, The Big Flop, host Misha Brown is joined by different comedians to chronicle some of the biggest failures and blunders in pop culture history. Each episode will have you thinking, why in the world did this get made? From box office flops like Cats the movie, to Action Park, New Jersey's infamous theme park that had countless injuries, many lawsuits, and rides so wild it became known as Class Action Park. Or Quibi, that short-form video platform with an even shorter lifespan. It's a story of a spectacular failure with lots of surprises along the way. Enjoy The Big Flop on the Wondery app or wherever you get your podcasts. You can listen to The Big Flop early and ad-free on Wondery Plus. Get started with your free trial at Wondery.com/plus.
By the way, Salt Lake City, great premiere. As you said before, it is so good. And I think that's part of it too, is that like we've seen the premiere and we're going to be recapping it, obviously. And the premiere is so good. And it's like, oh, this is what you guys need to be doing. Like, why are you not doing, because the Salt Lake City, I'm telling you, you texted me and I was like, oh my God, I can't wait to see. And now that I've seen that and then have to go to New York where they're just sort of like a sigh, shopping, and Uba making stupid jokes, you're like, why? You guys could be so much better. Anyway.
I don't know that they could. I mean, I think it's going to take another recast because I feel like some of the people on this show are good. I mean, I don't think it's like a total wash. I have enjoyed the show.
I don't think so either. Believe it or not, I don't think it's a wash either.
I don't think I think it could get there for sure. Yeah, I'm pissed today. And also, no one compete with Salt Lake City. I mean, I know that is, we always call that the community theater of Housewives. They're just making it up. It seems like they have no support. It's just like one long improv class that people show up to. We get it. But it's also the only show that opens with all the ladies in serious tones using Bible verses against each other in voiceover. Yeah. I mean, it's so funny. And then they do this thing where they're like close up walking past each other and like a soap opera where you see them walking in high fashion. Yeah, and then as they pass each other, they give each other dirty looks, but slow down. And then it'll be like above them. It's like shoe warehouse because they're like doing it all at the mall.
In the mall. And it's just, there's a camp factor that's all this. So this new RHONY does not have a camp factor. And it's just really apparent. Although this episode started to approach it a little bit, but I think that's what I want. I think they're going for relatability, and I don't need relatability. Okay, so I don't need to watch Sai try on outfits with Uba because I don't care. So Sai, anyway, they're checking out outfits, and now they're going to start to gossip. So Sai is like,
well, I have to say, because I think you already said this, but I need to really concentrate on every line of this episode, even though it pissed me off, because it pisses me off, and that's how I like to focus on the negative. Okay, it's my hobby. So they're shopping, and then Sai's like, well, I guess you could wear anything, right? And she's like, no. But if I were you, I would just go topless everywhere. Like if you have tits like mine, why would I cover up now? We'll have to cover up when we're older. And then she tells us some people think that when that shopping as a model, you can wear whatever you want, but it's opposite because you have stylists and you have things that are tailored to you. So it's very hard to shop alone and figure. I was like, this is her trauma. Like out of we've gotten everybody's trauma. Uba's is not having a stylist.
Uba
and give her
Uba is, I think Uba is just, it's that plane that's just trying to take off. I mean, like the grabbing the coconut milk from the restaurant, trying to, this old thing, it's like, oh, I'm a supermodel, but aren't I relatable? Because I don't understand what to do in a store. I'm like, I want so much for Uba because I think I just want so much for really beautiful women. But it's just, I don't know. I don't think that there's a failure to launch for me with Uba so far. So Sai is basically like, oh, by the way, I want to tell you about Jenna's wreath giving. So Jenna comes in with another gift bag. And I think, giving gifts to us is like really sweet and everything. But when you're constantly giving gifts that are your collaborations, it's kind of like, ugh. You know what? I don't want to hear it, Sai. Here's why I don't want to hear it. Because we know your season 2 storyline is going to be that you're going to come out with your own signature line of whatever bullshit. It's going to be either fashion or candles or something like that.
Like ankle warmers. It's going to be like
know
ankle
this is
warmers
this is your next storyline. Yeah. We know this. I've seen the Rachel Zoe project. We saw the trajectory of Rachel Zoe. She came out with her own line of stuff, okay? And which still exists to this very day. Go to Marshall's. So
I was going to say, TJ Maxx it up. You'll find some that's bananas. Oh my God.
Yeah, that's bananas. So honestly, Sai, I mean, bananas. And the thing is this also, this gift bag, by the way, this is what kept me up last night because I was thinking about this and I was getting myself so angry, which maybe this is a good thing because if there's something that can actually like get under my skin, I think that's something I like in Housewives shows. But first of all, the whole gift bag was not branded by Jenna Lyons. There was one thing at the bottom of the bag that they pulled up that they found that had a Jenna Lyons collab. So that's like fine. And second of all, like Jenna Lyons is probably thinking, oh, I'm doing these cool collabs. Let me give some to my friends. I actually don't think that Jenna Lyons was like, oh, let me get some Instagram awareness from my friends from this.
None of you have followers.
Who cares? She's Jenna Lyons. She's so much bigger than you guys.
You guys, she's winning. Like that's like me being mad that Julia Roberts is putting the name on the top of all of her movies. She's got movies. Like I'm literally paying to go to the movies. You guys, she's more famous than all of you. The only one who has kind of some followers, I think, at this point is this one.
Sai does have followers.
She's got like 400,000, which is good. But I mean, in the scheme of things, and she also never asked you to post shit. So give me a fucking break with it. So she's going on all about, it's always poor people complaining, by the way. It's always like, I feel like it's always the poorer people, but she's not poor, but I'm saying the poorer of the two.
Right.
Out of Jenna and her would be poor. And I think it's always the poorer people complaining about cheap things.
Yes.
It's like, you're sad that you're getting free things. Why don't you just go fucking take a fly swatter into Costco and just start smacking old people on the head with them?
Honestly, and a collab with Jenna Lyons, that's not like nothing. It's not like, I went to the store and like Jenna from like Starbucks is like, oh, hey, with your Starbucks, let me give you a collab I did with my friend Sissy. And here's like the socks we made. You're like, okay, a collab with Jenna and Sissy. Okay. But it's like Jenna Lyons. Sorry to do a Jenna and Jenna metaphor. I realize that's confusing.
But Jenna has to be. You're like, it's not like it's Jenna Bush. It's not like it's fucking Jenna Bush asking you to wear like some pantyhose for free.
But the point is, it's like someone who is in fashion, who has a name for herself in fashion, is like giving you and she's found success in fashion as giving you a collab that's like one small thing. And you're like, oh my God, she's just using me for my influence. Like, please.
With your fake Fendi
down.
Bags that you're getting sent, like with your fake, oh my God, look at all this stuff that Fendi sent me because they need my influence so bad. I'm so sure. Something's not adding up over there. And
my millennial cousin, by the way, today, over the weekend, by the way, said that J. Crew is cool again. So there, everyone. So now who's clamoring for collabs, Sai? Huh?
But Jen has nothing to do with J. Crew.
I know, but it's just,
so
I'm going to take whatever evidence I can get, even if it's very tenuous, to support my case.
J. Crew can suck my dick, by the way, with their $200 shirts. You're J. Crew. Get the fuck over yourself. Okay, also. So then Uba is like, oh my God, this girl has some tea for me. Hold on, let me drink the tea for the camera. Look at this tea. I'm Wacky Wild Tea Drink. This is Wacky Wild. We are Wacky Wild Girls tea flavor. Tea. I'm getting the tea from her in the store. Oh, yeah? And then she was trying to give us all this stuff that's like from a collaboration. Like, why do I want stuff? Oh, my God, is that tea you're making? Is that collaboration tea? Oh, tea. It's like, okay, we fucking get it. Could we cut away from Uba literally drinking the tea?
So, yeah, Sai's going on and on about this collab and how it's offended her. And she's like, unless you give me that cheese, honey, I can't keep promoting you for free, honey. And guess what? That's a callback to the cheese thing. Because remember how people thought I didn't eat cheese, but I do eat cheese? Huh? Remember that?
And then Uwe goes, no free lunch, am I right? Look at me eating a slice of pizza I just brought from the street because I'm talking about lunch. I love props. Ha, 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 ha. We are hilarious. And then... yeah, Sai's like, yeah, no free lunch. What are you talking about? You've literally demanded free lunch in every scene in this show. You've literally shown up somewhere and demanded a free lunch.
That's actually very true.
That saying is not for you.
Yes.
So then she explains to us, because we're just a bunch of peons and morons who've never seen an Instagram before. She's like, okay, so it's a collaboration. That's when an influential person teams up with a brand and you get together, you have a little exclusive collection, right? And Jenna's got tons of collabs, which is totally great. But unless you're giving some of that cheese, I ain't promoting that, all right? A gift is from the heart. A Jenna Lyons gift is a marketing gift. Okay, what have you ever given anybody ever? Except
I was wondering that too.
Except a fucking Branzino on Thanksgiving when you don't serve Branzino on Thanksgiving. Ungrateful ass. Okay, it's always the takers who complain, and I'm sure you're going to be walking out of that store with free shit.
And I'm again, I guarantee next season she's going to come out with the Sai socks, and she's going to give them to everyone, and she's going to say it's coming from the heart because it's something that she worked on, yada, yada, yada. So Jenna's, so then we see a flashback of Sai giving Jenna the business about the bag and everything, and Jenna was saying that like nothing in the bag is a collaboration, but then there's like something in the bag that is a collaboration. She goes, oh yeah, I forgot. Okay. So then they start talking about Erin.
But also, I love that she laughs about it. Like, she doesn't care. They're all making fun of her and mocking her. And she's like, yeah, why do you think I'm shooting on this show with you fucking nobodies that nobody's ever heard of and nobody cares about? It's to promote this shit. Okay? So open your fucking bags and I'll continue to talk about my skin disease in this scene with you. Okay? Thanks.
So now Sai's talking about Erin. And about how Erin was like really mad at her for leaving the party early because she was hungry. And it was like, oh yeah, I think that was shitty of you to do that, by the way. And so I was like, but I was hungry. And she goes, well, why don't you order pizza or something? She goes,
yeah, order a pizza at a party. I always keep a can of coconut milk in my purse from restaurant pantries just in case. Look, I have a restaurant pantry in my purse. Isn't that crazy? We're talking about it right now. Wacky.
I think Sai was totally within her right to leave that party early. This is where I'm pro Sai because there was no food for her. She was hungry. She had to sit through a million boring ass speeches. She definitely had to leave. And if she had ordered pizza to the party, you would have gotten a whole nother round of Erin saying, really? Pizza to my party? Like, what is this? Is this like the varsity soccer party after you win a game? Like, this is like my wedding and you're ordering pizza to my wedding?
I would be okay if we actually saw a shot of Sai stopping by to get a slice off the street or something. But at this point, I don't believe that Sai's obsessed with food. I believe that this is a typical Housewives thing where the people who don't eat are always talking about food. I think this is a Bethany Frankel thing where Bethany Frankel has a thing called Skinny Girl with a little stick figure that's obviously like some eating disorder ad. And then people give her shit for it. And so she's constantly talking about how she needs things to eat, and then she'll like get popcorn and eat it like that meme of a person eating popcorn where they're just like like dancing because she's needs to prove so bad to us that she's eating. I feel like Sai's being like that way. She's talking about food and then she's not eating because she showed up to Bryn's. And by the way, I'm not really eating disordering shaming anybody. I'm just pointing it out because I think it's odd that the person who's always complaining about food, the last party they walk into, there is a huge spread of food. And she's like, oh, what is that, oatmeal? Oh, now you specifically need a flavorless, low-calorie thing to eat? Because there is a spread of food. I don't want to hear about your food complaints.
And honestly, like I said last week, all this stuff actually does lend more credence to the very first argument of the season, which is that Erin, like Sai was denying that she said cheese. That's weird. And now I 100% believe she did say that, and she did refuse to eat whatever cheese was there.
Yeah. You know what's so funny? Like, I still don't care. Isn't that weird? Like, that fight was still terrible.
So anyway, they talk a little bit more about Bryn and whatever. It's stupid. So then we go to, this is what's so funny, is that now we go to Jenna. She's walking with her brother to 30 Rock, Rockefeller Plaza, Rockefeller Center, whatever it's called. But they're at 30 Rock. And Jenna is, they're reminiscing on visiting the Christmas tree when they were kids with their mom and yada, yada, yada. And we find out, Jenna tells us that she's been working with Rockefeller Center to reinvigorate the center, to bring in new retail, food and beverage, and make the place feel a little cooler. So this person has enough influence with some in the world that Rockefeller Center said, hey, please save us. They've asked Jenna Lyons to save Rockefeller Center. And Sai is like, oh, God, no, I don't want to. God, she's trying to use me for influence. I'm like, I'm pretty sure she doesn't care about your 400,000 followers. She has Rockefeller Plaza trying begging for her attention right now.
Jenna's like wandering around Rockefeller Plaza on the city, the key to the city that's like been made into a hoverboard for her and her brother. She's just like, there's Rock Center. Yeah, I wanted a bigger, tree for them to maybe hang up. I thought maybe a bigger tree would be nice here. So yeah, we've doubled the size of the tree. So there's that. We actually ended up, I got sick of the Rockettes. I thought that was a little old. So we actually hung the live Rockettes as ornaments from that gigantic tree now. So I did that. So what do you think? And her brother's like, great.
Yeah, we also got rid of the skating rink, a lot of injuries, and we just made it a mud pit. And we told people from Burning Man just to go in there, and then we trapped them there for several weeks.
Yeah, look at that older white lady with pink dreadlocks down there. She's like, I don't mind this. I'm having a great time. Tell Bronwyn I love her.
So what's also funny, so she's saying that she was brought in, like the mandate is to find more retail that looks like what New York really is. So more female-owned business, more black-owned business.
More black-owned businesses, more Puss in Boots-owned businesses. Because then, as she says this, there's a giant picture of Puss in Boots behind her. Like, yes,
well, they keep cutting to FAO
Puss in Boots finally gets a chance.
I was just laughing because every time she said like female-owned business, they cut to like FAO Schwartz, black-owned business, FAO Schwartz, Latino-owned business, FAO Schwartz. I'm like, this is really not supporting what you're saying. They just keep showing FAO Schwartz.
I just wrote, poor Michael Kors. I'm glad somebody's giving
Michael Kors was there too.
She's like, you know what? When are tanned people, when are overly spray tanned people going to get their say in this city? Finally, we're bringing Michael Kors playing the piano with his legs in the FAO Schwartz on the giant piano. God, you know what? Sephora just can't catch a break. Am I right?
We just need more retail that represents all aspects of New York City. And that includes people who wear black T-shirts and blazers and complain about people dressing like Holly Hobby. She looks like Holly Hobby. That's what I always remember.
Support children, which is why I'm going to try and get a Mackenzie's Child in here. We were really invigorating the city. I was like, these are the whitest people-owned stores I've ever seen in my life. But okay, I'll go with you. Because at this point, I don't know if Jenna's trolling us. You know, Jenna says a lot of things that I'm going to listen. I know everybody's licking Jenna's asshole all over the place, and I get it. And I kind of am amused by Jenna so far in this show as well. And I'm glad she's here. I don't know that I believe everything that Jenna says. You know, this like walking around saying she invigorated it. What's new? There is nothing new. I lived in that city for 15 years. I don't see anything new in there. Was there not a Pete's Coffee there before? She's like, wow. You know, Good Morning America, I've decided to put an actual, instead of a wall, we move them downstairs and we put a window. So now people can say, I'm like, they already had that, Jenna. Why are you pretending that you invented Rockefeller Center?
Yeah, I just thought it would have been probably smarter if the producers had cut to some of the businesses that she had invited into Rockefeller Center instead of like F.A.O. Schwartz and Michael Kors, because that's all we saw. So, but either way, I just thought it was so
finally getting a chance.
I just thought it was so funny that like Sai is bitching about Jenna, and Jenna's just like operating on just such a higher level than Sai. You know, and like I would be personally very excited if I received like a collab from Jenna Lyons. It's like turning down. Okay, I'm not saying that she's at the level of Donatella Versace, but it's like sort of the same thing. Where imagine if like Donatella Versace gave me thing like, well, here's something I collabed with so and so, like a young designer. I'd be like, ugh, Donatella, we're supposed to be friends. I can't believe you'd give me like a collaboration of yours. It's like I would be pretty happy if I had that.
How long was Jenna Lyons at J. Crew? I'm trying to look, but everything's trying to
I think it was like 10 or I don't know. Well, she said that she said I had one job in one industry for 27 years. So I don't know if she was at J. Crew for 27 years, but like she definitely was there for a long time.
That's crazy. It says she was the director and president of J. Crew from 2010 until 2017.
And then she famously was like
she
elevated.
said it was 23 years, so I'm confused. I'm not calling her a liar. I'm just asking her what she did.
Yeah.
And then assistant. She started as an assistant when she was 21. Wow. So yeah, and by 2003 she was J. Crew's vice president. Pretty good, guys. It's pretty good. Just curious, you know, just curiosity corner. You know, Wikipedia just doesn't get enough attention in this world, guys. I wanted to shine a light on it, okay? Wikipedia-owned websites. Okay, so Jenna goes and sits down. By the way, her brother is, you know that this is true family because your true family is just so unimpressed by you. You know what I mean? No matter who you are. And that's how her brother is. He's like, great, Jenna. Great job revamping the middle of the city, I guess. Can we sit?
Still never got any royalties for naming you Jenna. I don't know if there can be royalties, but I feel like I should have gotten some.
It's time for a commercial. It's time for a Crappens commercial.
Hey listeners, you need to know that Wondery's shocking true crime podcast Over My Dead Body is back for a 4th season, Gone Hunting. This newest season covers the story of Mike Williams. It was Mike's 6th wedding anniversary when he set off on a hunting trip into the gator-infested swamps of North Florida. He figured he'd be back in time to take his wife Denise out to celebrate, but he never came back. Friends and loved ones feared he met his fate through bad luck and a group of hungry alligators, leaving his young family behind. Except that's not what happened at all. And after 17 years, a kidnapping, and the uncovering of a secret love triangle, the truth would finally be revealed. Enjoy Over My Dead Body, Gone Hunting on the Wondery app or wherever you get your podcasts. You can binge all episodes of Over My Dead Body early and ad-free on Wondery Plus. Get started with your free trial at Wondery.com/plus.
So they're in a restaurant, and Jenna's saying that she's never been on a girls' trip before, and she's not going to get into a bathing suit or anything because she's like, I'm literally going to wear tweed pants and a blazer at the pool, which is very J. Crew summer 2023. And he's like, well, I think you might change when you get out of this harsh winter and you get someplace warm. You might want to, whatever. And she basically is like, she doesn't want to be in front of the girls in a bathing suit because of her genetic disorder, which causes her to have all sorts of, she has bald spots, she has canicular teeth. And then in case we didn't believe her, the producers were kind enough to give us an x-ray close-up of her teeth. It's like, here are her teeth. And
by the way, Jenna Lyons, who shares nothing. Okay, this is Jenna Lyons, who shares nothing. She's like, I have a genetic disorder. Shot of genetic disorder. I have this like pigmentation and it affects my hair and my teeth. Shot of teeth that are like this. I was like, oh my God. And then later they show her, she let the cameras into surgery while she was getting all that gnarly shit done on her teeth. It's annoying because you can't even judge her like everybody else because they're jumping on her about every little thing. And like every other little thing they jump on this show, it's false. They keep telling us she's not sharing anything. I'm like, she's literally shared her whole life story and every single bit of pain. Like she's literally mixing her Rockefeller Center segment, which would be basically an entire episode on any other Housewives, with like a bad pigment and bad teeth. So shut up, everybody.
Do you realize, like we watched an entire season of Dorit revamping a room in a Buco de Beppo and Encino, and we here to have Jenna Lyons just casually revamping Rockefeller Center in like one scene. She was like, "Oh yeah, I'm just doing this." Like that is the level that Jenna Lyons is working on, and I'm not saying it like, "Oh my God, amazing icon," but I'm just saying she's just at a different tier than some of these people, and you know. This cast is so self-involved, and of course they're going to say that Jenna doesn't share because they spend so much time thinking about themselves. I feel like they don't even ask her anything.
Yeah. So then Jenna's like, well, you know, I mean, I know it's just a genetic disorder, but, you know, it just makes me like look dirty, and people think I'm dirty. I just remember going to Knott's Berry Farm and some girl saying, God, her skin looks so dirty, and I just could never wash off the shame of going to Knott's Berry Farm. Like, why was I there? Who forced me to go to Knott's Berry Farm?
They have to fix that. I'm going to go in there and fix their farm. So, so her whole thing is that she likes to get a tan in the summer because the tan sort of makes the scarring not as apparent. It's not as much of a contrast, etc. And she's looking forward to getting a tan down in Anguilla, and she also has to get her teeth done. And this is like, it's been like a 6-year journey of like multiple surgeries to fix her teeth. And she's had 8 bone grafts, 3 sinus lifts, multiple implants. She's on surgery number 13 or something. And then that's only for the top. And now she has to do the bottom. So she's clearly there's like a lot she has to deal with her mouth.
It's crazy because not only is she kind of above the cast in this show, she's like her own TLC show. Because I feel like TLC shows are like those dramatic, like, and then she had to have her teeth done 27 times. And then you see Terry Dubrow, like, you know, taking a Sharpie to her boobs. And she's like, wait a minute, I'm here for my bone graft on my teeth, sir. But it's a lot of shows mixed into one. So she's talking about how she's going to do that. So she's anxious to go to Anguilla and have to be in a bathing suit around these girls. And she's like, you know, can I just travel with somebody to airbrush me live? I mean, that would be amazing. And he goes, well, look at you. New teeth and Rockefeller Center. So this has been great. Can't wait to go back to my job running the bowling alley. You're buying this hot chocolate, right?
Jenna genitalia. So now it's Christmas Eve. Now we see pictures of everyone celebrating the holidays with their friends and family. And then we wind up in Los Angeles on December 27th. And Brynn and her brother Darius are taking a hike in Temescal Canyon. And Darius, I guess, lives in Seoul, Korea. And they meet in LA for the holidays because it's like a middle point for them. So they're hiking around. And
can I just say, they say they do this every year, and I'm not calling them liars or anything. But guys, you do this every year and you still don't know how to hike in the canyon. Yeah. Like literally, you park in the parking lot and there are trails. These two idiots are like, hey, oh my God, we have to go up the side of this mountain. And they start climbing up the side of the canyon where there's not a cliff and they're unable to do it. What is this?
I don't understand. There's wide paths that people of all ages and abilities can go up. So Darius calls Brynn a woman of mystery. He's like, what are you doing? Like, I see your Instagram and it looks weird.
I know. You should look at her fucking LinkedIn, Darius. Come on, get with it.
I was hoping that we'd finally get some insight into her life. And she's like, well, I'm at this point in my life where like, I'm like, oh shit, I'm 36. I'm not married. No kids. And the other 80% is like, I'm like, okay, I'm 36 and I have no kids. I'm single and I have the means. I can go like travel wherever I want.
Yeah, I'm back on her. You guys, why can't I stop looking at her LinkedIn? Do you know what's online? Literally nothing. Okay. So he's like, yeah, she's like, 20% of the time I'm like at 36, but then I gotta go to like Paris or Miami. And then I'm like, I feel better again because I can just call friends. I can just call friends and I can just go places because I have no kids. And goes, well, are you ever going to get settled? And she's like, well, I will like tomorrow if I meet the right person. I mean, I would have been divorced 3 times and not because of the other person. It's just like I just keep winning the lottery and then I just throw it all away. Which I don't know. I think a lot of people consider that guy that we saw in the Rolls Royce store the lottery. It's like an old
Gideon.
weathered up, yeah, Gideon, like an old weathered Hugh Jackman that's rich and is just some lonely guy who can't find true love. Like, should I spend money on a Rolls Royce or should I not? No, like go find somebody that like makes you laugh. That's not just like a sad person in a Rolls Royce store. Am I the only person who doesn't want like a sad old weathered up chicken bone in a Rolls Royce?
Yeah, I have doubts about Gideon. I mean, he was very charming and cute. And he had that cute smile. But again, like he didn't really talk with her. He just sort of gave really made for TV compliments like, my recollection is when I saw you on Tinder, you were the most beautiful woman I'd ever seen in my life. And then let's not forget that she was dating someone else and he orchestrated some ridiculous thing where he played a beautiful version of 500 Miles in front of like the Waldorf Astoria or something like that and then won her over. This is not someone who has actually any concerns about like any interest in you as a person. This is someone who wants to place you into the picture of the fairy tale picture of his life that he has created in his mind. And so I agree. I think Gideon is no good.
And it's
no good for
also
Gideon.
vice versa. Like you have to be around someone you want to fucking watch Netflix with and fart on their face, like to be funny. You know what I mean? Like not somebody that looks like sad old Hugh, weathered Hugh Grant. Just the sadness of it all. I don't know.
Isn't that just
whole
Hugh
thing
Grant?
made me feel sad. The picture of her wedding ring, like her gigantic engagement ring with the huge diamond posed right next to the Porsche symbol. Like to me, that's just the saddest shit I've ever seen in my life. Like that's not love, Someone giving you a Dutch oven. That's
That's true. So anyway, so she's just talking about like, commitment and engagement, all the stuff, She's like, I just want to get married and pull the goalie and have a kid, yada, yada, yada. And then
their childhood sucked. This is the basic.
That's the story
basic part
here.
of it, right? Yeah, like they're both traumatized because of their childhood. And she's like, and so subconsciously to me, family is bad. And we didn't get love from the people we're supposed to, and he's like, yeah, and I'm better at compartmentalizing and getting over it. And, you're better at just getting rings from multiple old, sad people. Everybody has their
kink.
Everybody has their thing that we're good at. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Put it on your LinkedIn. Okay.
You're kinked in.
You've literally put everything else on there. Help design machines that were on a team that if you put $1, it sprinkles cupcake. May or may not come out dryly or wetly. Always dryly, let's face it.
Always dryly. Yeah, so basically family is trauma for them, and she runs at the prospect of family because, trauma, etc. So now it's 2 weeks.
Wait until you get older. You're going to start going, oh my God, trauma. I can't wait to visit that for Thanksgiving. This trauma is not going to be alive not for very much longer. You know what? I can't wait to bring this trauma a box of Franzia and just let it call me fat in 37 different ways. This is going to be the best. Soon you just learn to embrace your trauma because it's going to be dead soon, is what I'm trying to say. So everybody out there, hug your trauma. Hug it.
So now it's 2 weeks later and we're in New York City and we're at Jenna's penthouse. So Erin comes over and she's like, I literally just finished making you butternut squash soup. And it's warm. So, yeah.
Oh,
cackling hags. I'd like to see a cackling hag make some soup like this because last time I checked, they don't do that.
Erin, just there out of the kindness of her heart. Surely she's not going to take anything you say and use it against you to try and villainize you to a bunch of people who already don't like you very much for no reason. Erin, what a good fucking person. So glad you're here. So Erin comes in. She's got a ton of Jenna's got a ton of books on her shelves. Frankly, I don't know that I buy it. I believe that she's more of a Kindle person. I'm just going to go and say it right now. Wow. So Erin comes over and Jenna's like, oh my God, you are so sweet. I'm like, so awkward. Like, normally I'm not used to people being in my house. This is like embarrassing. I just don't want people to see me in bed. I'm like just really overplaying her awkward thing. And Erin jumps in her bed and she tells us Jenna just had dental surgery. And like, I just got my first cavity 3 months ago. Like, that's like how rich I am. Like, the dentists were so good. They would send Gwyneth over with like a little U-pick just to get the cavities out before they even started when I was growing up at 3 Lincoln Center. So
yeah, Brad Pitt literally taught me how to floss. You know, when they talk about like J-Lo as she's flossing, she literally was flossing me. So, yeah, she says, Jenna just had dental surgery and I got my first cavity like 3 months ago. And I don't know what she's going through, but it sounds traumatic. Like, so you just kind of want to flex. You're doing a little bit of a flex. Like, wow, Jenna's had to have like 13 procedures. I've only just had my first cavity. So sucks to be her. Here's some butternut squash soup.
Wish you had better parents who took you to the dentist more. But you know what? I just want to make her feel loved because like the soup isn't married. So it's inappropriate to suggest that she swallows it because I'm not inappropriate. Like Bryn was at my wedding, but she was inappropriate. Totally embarrassed me. It's horrible. Ruined my life.
I think we can all agree the soup is under-seasoned. I'm just saying so. So then Jenna says, wow, I've seen friend Erin, which is awesome. And now I'm seeing Mama Erin. And she's like sweet and nurturing. And she keeps smiling really widely at me and pointing at her teeth, which seem to be rather perfect. And then she's saying no cavity over and over again. Like, wow, I guess she wins an award or something. You got me. You never had a cavity. Great.
So Jenna's like, honestly, it's been way worse. So, I mean, the important thing is, like, you look great. I mean, you look so tanned. And Erin's like, I got a lot of sun, because, like, family, vacations, sun. Sorry. We just went on a family vacation. We actually won it through the airline company. They said whoever has the least tartar, plaque, and cavities gets a free family vacation. It was us. Gwyneth Paltrow flew the plane. So.
Goop Airlines. So, yeah, she's like, I was like, I might not even come because I don't even need the sun because I kind of already did the Caribbean thing like before everyone else did. So, I don't know. I guess I'm like a trendsetter with Caribbean stuff. And Jenna's like, oh, so you're not going to come? She's like, well, I thought about it. Ha, 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 ha. And Jenna's like, why? She goes, well, I don't know. That, that just all felt all icky before with the wreath making. So Jenna's like, oh, I didn't realize how upset you were until you actually left. And she's like, and then I realized like, wow, that person with the perfect teeth really does seem to be bothered. It's almost like she has nothing in the world that else to fill the void. Like maybe if she had multiple dental surgeries she had to worry about, she wouldn't get so worked up in a tizzy over something stupid like her party, but she has nothing going on in her life, so she has to get mad right now because she does nothing more pressing. What I'm trying to say is she's privileged.
Erin's like, like, I just, like, that day was so icky, and, like, we were making wreaths, and, like, I was being bullied, and none of you said anything about it. Like, no one, not one of you said anything about it. I was like, you were not being fucking bullied. Shut up, Erin. And Jenna's like, well, I mean, look, I just look at Bryn, and I just think, like, playful, flirty, sad, like she's sad. And like, if she hurts people's feelings, she doesn't care. And Erin's like, yeah, but like, I mean, it's okay if you make a mistake, but her overall feelings, like, I mean, that attitude, it just got to me. I mean, it's one thing after another with her. So I'm having my like second wedding night 10 years after my first one and getting a whole other round of gifts and making people listen to 2 hours of speeches at a party that's literally all about me and I didn't have to pay a dime for it. And you know what I'm feeling? Not grateful. That's what I'm feeling right now. And it's mostly her fault. And she's like talking about divorce with my husband and wife swapping and like she's going to be my stepmom. It's just not constant. It's called having a sense of humor, you fucking humorless cow. Like, how does anybody watch this How is anybody watching this and not losing their fucking mind with this lady? Still you're fucking going on? Still you went on your fucking Caribbean vacation with 19 families and came back with you and all your children tanned in the middle of winter in New York City, and you're still finding something to complain about? Are you fucking kidding? And then I read that she didn't, that's not even when she got married. That's not even when her anniversary is. She got married in July.
Oh.
I can't with this person and your fake ass stupid party and your fake ass reason for being mad at everybody. You know what? Read the 4 agreements. Be grateful. And it's also not about you. That's at least 2 of them. There, I just gave them to you for fucking free.
So then she says, you know what? I just want Bryn to say, sorry, I was a cut fitness. And I was like, wow, you got so mad at Jessel saying cackling hags, and you're just throwing out the C word. So Erin's like, I don't use that word lightly. I mean, it's definitely not as bad as cackling hags. But after talking about divorce, I just can't with her. Did you catch what she said about how pissed she is? Jenna says, oh, because I'm going early. And Jenna's like, Jenna, now we find out that Jenna wants to go down early to Anguilla so that way she can get a tan and that before anyone sees her. So then we see a flashback of Jessel talking to Bryn, and Jessel's like, oh, Bryn, did you hear that my dear good best friend / sister Jenna Lyons is coming early to Anguilla?
And then we see a text that Jenna sent the group that says, guys, heads up, I'm like really awkward, like sending this text. I've never sent a text to just like all girls before, but here goes. Fingers crossed. I'm gonna go to early Monday because I want to like get a tan and acclimate, and I don't want to feel like poop, guys. And Sai's like, diva much? And Uba says, oh my god, that's wacky. I can come with you if you need vitamin D. Literal picture of vitamin D that I'm holding right now for this joke. And then Erin writes back, you love vitamin D. Eggplant emoji. Hilarious.
And then she actually puts the eggplant emoji in parentheses to be like, in case you didn't get my joke, here it is more explicitly. And Bryn, then now we have Bryn is talking to Jess on the phone. She goes, why do you need like 2 days to get into like vacation mode? And Jessel says, oh, she has to set up her love scene lashes. Ooh, I'm being naughty going against my best friend Jenna.
And Bryn's like, she's like a diva and just so then we cut back, and Jenna's like, I mean, but I, like, besides like not having my teeth, my skin is like 20 different colors, and it's just so noticeable when I'm not tan. So like, if I just like had 1 day to go up there and like, I don't know, like tan, like where nobody could see me, I'm gonna like go to the beach. I'm gonna have like tan lines of fingers on my face because I'm gonna be covering my eyes all the time because it's gonna be so awkward, like being there on a beach with other people, which I've never done before. It's gonna be crazy. I can't.
And Erin's like, you're crazy that you think that. It's her way of saying like, I really wasn't listening to whatever you were saying, so I'm just gonna say something generic. So Jenna's like, these women are beautiful and they all have beautiful, incredible bodies and incredible skin. And if I don't get a tan, I just know I'll be wearing like long gloves, long sleeves, and long pants all the time. And I don't want that. And she doesn't want to be self-conscious, but she's like, also, to be honest with you, you're gonna hate me for this, but since we're really good friends, I know you won't use this against me. I can't believe I'm gonna say this, but I also don't want to fly coach. So Erin's like, shut the fuck up. Are you kidding? You wouldn't fly coach? Are you kidding? Cackling hags? Cackling hags?
And Jenna goes, I mean, I will fly coach if I have to. I just don't really want to. And Erin's like, but there's no first class on our plane. Like, the plane doesn't even have first class. And Jenna goes, yeah, I know, but there's like another flight on another day that does have first class, so I'm gonna go on that day. And she tells us that her motivation was the tan originally, but the bonus was business class. Lucky her. Okay, first of all, I'm on Team Jenna. I'm gonna be on Team Jenna the rest of this episode, so just so I'm not kissing ass too much, that's bullshit. There are such things as tanning beds where you could go to a fucking tanning bed and you could tan whatever. You don't owe these people any explanation. Just say, I'm going early. The end. I
Yeah.
go on trips with my friends and I say, guess what? I'm going early and I'm getting a different Airbnb with you. You know why? You smell and I don't like you and I'm too good for you. And I don't want to be in a place with other smelly people. I want to be a place where I'm the only smelly Lebanese person there. I'm going to go into my place and I'm going to get my smell all over the house and I'm going to poop whenever I want to. And I don't need to fucking explain myself to you about it. So there.
There. Yeah, I think she is totally within her rights because she's not showing up late to the trip. She's actually going down early. So who the hell cares? So Erin is like, I am shocked. This is a level of diva I didn't know she had. It's a 3-hour flight. You really care that much that you're going early in the week just to snag the last business class flight? I'm like, yeah, so she can afford it. She wants to do it. It's not a reflection on you. Why not?
It's not even for the bigger seats. The biggest win there is she doesn't have to sit by you cackling fucking hags. She's got you on one side complaining about a wedding you didn't even fucking deserve to have. Then you've got Sai on the other side of her. They probably hand her peanuts and Sai's like, what? I'm not putting you on my Instagram. Get the fuck out of here with that. What do I look like? What is this, a fucking freebie? What are you going to hand me a free Diet Coke next? Get the fuck out of here. How dare you?
Yeah, I don't see why this is. I'm like, it's Jenna Lyons. she's already like an existing celebrity. Like, let her fly business.
Also, you're on Housewives, and I'm so embarrassed for you guys. Like, trying to take pride in Coach. You should all be ashamed of yourself. Like, I'm literally ashamed to even know you right now.
Well, it's also what's funny is there's this almost an attempt to be like, wow, like you can't be grounded, you can't be chill. Like, even though we're wealthy, we're still of the people. We can fly Coach. I'm like, I don't know. Are you of the people? I mean, you just were talking about how you went down to the Dominican Republic with all these families and you got so much tan there that you may just not, it just may not be in you to go down to Anguilla to get some more of it. I mean, it just is so ridiculous.
Well, I think what they're really complaining about is this is a business. This is a job where they're all supposed to fly on this shitty Coach ride together. And I think the rest of them were like, okay, we'll go on Coach, even though we're going on some stupid trip we didn't plan. And we're not, you guys aren't buying us first class tickets.
They all want to go business too, basically.
Yes. Well, they think that Jenna can do whatever she wants. Like, they all have to fly together. They all have to shoot together. But Jenna Lyons is going to go up early, probably get her own shooting time. And it's like another example, they probably feel like, where Jenna gets to do whatever she wants. She gets to miss another day of work, just like she missed that party to spend time with her son and have her own family scene while they all had to show up to this stupid party together. So I think probably behind the scenes, that might be what it is. Like, maybe Jenna Lyons is getting special treatment or something. Mm-hmm. But again, demand your special treatment and book your own first class trip another day early or whatever. It's not my fault. It's not my fault you're not special. It's yours. No one told me I was special. I told them. So figure it out.
There you go. Yeah, that's what you learn at a Beyonce concert.
That brings us to the end of part 1 of Real Housewives of New York City. We will be back tomorrow, or not tomorrow, right now. Just go check. We're back with part 2. Thanks for being here, guys.
Watch What Crappens would like to thank its premium sponsors.
Ain't no thing like Allison King.
Ashley Savoni, she don't take no baloney.
She's not just a Sheila, she's a Daniela. Itchels.
Erin McNicholas.
She don't miss no trickolas.
She's never scary. It's the Green Fairy.
Jamie. She has no last namey.
Hava Nagila Weber. Know Your Worth with Jason Kurth.
Sip some scotch with Jessica Trotch.
She's a little bit loony. Junie. She's always supplying. It's Kelly Ryan.
Kristen the Piston Anderson.
You're never alone with Lacey Monteleone.
Let's give a kisserino to Lisa Lino. Megan Berg. You can't have a burger without the Berg. Ruru LaRue.
The Bay Area Betches. Betches.
And our super premium sponsors.
Somebody get us 10 cc's of Betsy MD.
We're taking the gold with Brenda Silva.
Let's get real with Caitlin O'Neill.
Don't get salty with Christine Pepper. Can't have a meal without the Emily sides.
Nobody holds a candle to Jamie Kendall.
She's not harsh. She's Jill Hirsch.
My favorite Murdo, Karen McMurdo. We love him madly. It's Kyle Pod Shadley.
Let's go on a bender with Lauren Fender. We want to hang with Liz Lang. The incredible edible Matthews sisters. Nancy Cease and Desisto.
Give him hell, Miss Noel.
She's the queen bee. It's Sarah Lemke.
Shannon, out of a cannon, Anthony. Let's take off with Tamla Plain.
She ain't no shrinking Violet Kuchar. We love you guys.
Hey, Prime members, you can listen to Watch What Crappens ad-free on Amazon Music. Download the Amazon Music app today. Or you can listen ad-free with Wondery Plus in Apple Podcasts. Before you go, tell us about yourself by completing a short survey